How you guys doing, ladies and gentlemen out there? Welcome to my kitchen. As you can see on the thumbnail, today we're cooking pasta Napolitana, aka meat lovers pasta, aka a super bossed up spaghetti. This is for every meat lover. If you have a meat lover in your family, if you're just a meat lovers, this is the pasta for you. Thank you for coming to my kitchen. Thank you for joining my channel. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's a little overview of the ingredients we're going to be using for our pasta Napolitana. Here we have some seasonings. We're going to have Tony Chachere's Cajun seasoning, garlic powder, crushed red pepper for that spice, and then some Lowry seasoning salt over there. 5 meats here, kielbasa sausage, Italian sausage. We're going to have some ground beef here. Any ground beef will work. And then we have some bacon and pepperoni. Bell peppers, parsley, onion, olive oil. I like olive oil, keep it a little light. And then we're gonna have some Ragu sauce. I use Ragu. You can use any sauce you want. You can make your own sauce. And we have some spaghetti noodles as well. Here's our overview and let's go. Cutting the bell pepper, I like to cut both sides off and then work my way around the middle so I can get that middle core out and all those seeds out. You don't want those in your pasta at all. Then I just go ahead and scoop it out with my hand. And as you can see here, all clean on the inside. Chop it up in halves and then get to dicing. I like to dice it so the chunks are too big in my pasta Napolitana, you know, but it's just the right size just for that flavor in there. All right, now dicing my onion, I found it best to go ahead and cut that little stem off, or that part with the pointy part. Cut right into the core, you know, take that outside casing off. And then as you're cutting, you can put your knife in like a diagonal and kind of just work your way with the tip of the knife around and through the onion. You don't want to cut all the way through so the onion stays together. Then turn it to the side and cut all the way through, and it just dices itself. You know, I learned that from a video. Dope, right? All right, fresh parsley here. We're gonna cut this up, and we're only gonna use this for our garnish, so I'm not gonna do too much. Here's our kielbasa sausage. Cut that right in half. I'm only gonna use half. I don't want too much. I just want the sausage to be just a little hidden secret, you know. It is a 5 meat pasta, so you don't have to go all out and do the whole thing. And I'm doing a pretty big pot. You know, if you have a bigger family, then you can go ahead and do whatever you want. Honestly, this is your pasta. You can do whatever you want, period. But I just cut like little, maybe 1/2 inch pieces. And yeah. So first things first, we're gonna start off cooking our bacon and sausage. We can cook this early because even if it gets cold while cooking all the other stuff, we're still putting it in pasta, so it'll warm up. But I like to cook it separately because I do like it to have a little crunch to it. I like my sausage to have a little crisp to it, maybe get a little burn, a little char to it. Man, it just tastes so good as you know, eating that spaghetti, that pasta Napolitana, and you take that bite and it's like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? A little crunch to it, crunch, you understand? Yeah, so I do like that bacon on there as well. Gonna let this cook up for a little bit. I guess I'll show you the flipping process too. All right, so we're about ready to flip. So I'll start to flip the sausage. I seen that I do like my sausage a little bit more charred than that. But as I worked through the skillet, I started to notice that it was just how I like it. Some of the pieces got a little more charred just because of the parts of the skillet that was hotter than the other. Work through the sausage. The bacon's gonna cook for a little longer, only because I do like the bacon a little bit more crunchy because it is gonna be a garnish. So as I chop it up, I do want it crunchy, and I wanted those little hidden crunchy pieces throughout my pasta. Oh yeah, did I tell y'all? We got more meat. So here's our pepperoni. I found it best to put the pepperoni in the oven. Oven is gonna absolutely hold the crunch. And as you can tell, obviously I like crunchiness throughout the pasta. Just a little hidden little ooze in there and eyes. But it holds its crunch way better in the oven than it does on the skillet. I mean, you can always put it on the skillet, but I promise you, as soon as you throw it in that pasta, it goes absolutely limp. It does not stay stiff. There's no crunch to it at all. So we're gonna put this in the oven for about 5 minutes. It cooks very fast. And we're gonna take it out right before it starts to get extra crispy, because you know it's still gonna cook as you take it out. Perfect right there, done. All right, so now for our ground beef. Throw that ground beef in there. I like to cook my ground beef for about 7 to 10 minutes, medium high temperature. You want to go ahead and cook that all the way through. Here's our seasoning salt, the Lowry seasoning salt I'm adding to mine. You can add any seasonings to yours, obviously, your favorite seasoning. But I'm gonna do Lowry's. Here's that Tony Chachere's Cajun seasoning. Next seasoning is gonna be some garlic powder. I put garlic powder in everything. I think I'm a garlic fanatic. And then a little bit of crushed red peppers, just for a little bit of spice. Don't want to burn nobody up, but I like it a little bit spicy. Go ahead and mix that. Like I said, 7 to 10 minutes. We're gonna mix that in. We're also going to be adding the sausage to this as well. All right, so here's our Italian sausage I was talking about. I went ahead and split the casing so that I can take it out the casing and just go ahead and add it to the ground beef. So it's just a surprise element. You don't know if one bite's gonna be ground beef. You don't know one bite gonna be spicy sausage. You don't know. It's just gonna be a whole bunch of surprises in our ultimate meat pasta. It doesn't matter how you cook it. Just cook it and add a lot of meat. Yes. Ooh, you see that? Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cook this for about 6 more minutes, and we'll come back when that's all ready to go. Wait a minute. I didn't forget, y'all. Bell peppers, onions going in while the meat is still cooking, because those do take a little longer to get softer, and we do not want them extra crunchy. We want just enough crunch. You definitely want your vegetables to cook down, so we're going to add it to this. Plus, we're also going to still be cooking it in our pasta a little later, so it is going to cook all the way down just how you want it. But just for a little help, we'll go ahead and throw it with the meat and just give that meat a little bit of fresh flavors as well. All right. 7 minutes later, and looks amazing. We're pretty much done with our ground beef. Remember, we're still going to be cooking it inside our sauce. So don't overcook it, don't overdo it. We're still going to be done. Now that we're all done with the meat, I went ahead and boiled some water, put some olive oil in there. We put the olive oil because in the noodles, you don't want them to stick. So the olive oil helps it not to stick. I went ahead and put the full long string in there. It starts to cook pretty fast, so you're able to maneuver it so that whole string will be in there shortly. The reason why I did it the long ways is because our presentation, I'm going to twirl it, and also
If I have a date, I might can get the same string as her and we can get that Lady in the Tramp effect. You feel me? Like I said earlier, the bacon is gonna be just a garnish, just the hidden extra crunch to it. You see the pieces are nice and crispy now. That is the way I like them. The pieces not too small because you still want to get that bacon taste and be able to see a bacon, and I can spot it out and I can eat it. You know what I'm saying? Look. All right, so we're gonna come back and double check on our pasta noodles now. I feel like they're done. Here I'm gonna bite it, try it, throw it against the wall, whatever you wanna do to get your noodles to your liking. I like them cooked perfectly just right. Now we're gonna drain them, get that water out of there. All right, so now we're going to get to that sauce. Here I'm gonna add that ground beef, Italian sausage and those veggies that we made. We're gonna go ahead and throw those sausages that we made earlier back into that pasta. We're gonna also throw some pepperoni in there. Not all your pepperoni, because you do wanna use some pepperoni as a garnish. You wanna let people know that yes, also I got pepperoni in my pasta right off the bat, because that pepperoni will blend into that sauce. Now I'm throwing in that Ragu. As you see, I like to use Ragu. You can definitely use your own sauce. It's gonna be good no matter what you do, I promise you. I like to use about 1 to 1.5 jars of Ragu. Here, as you see, golden spoon is gonna get through that pasta, and I'm gonna notice that I do want some more Ragu. You're gonna see that in about a second. I'm gonna add probably about another half, so that's gonna equal up to 1.5 of my pasta, just the way I like it. We're gonna let that cook down for about 10 more minutes, and we'll get back to you when it's all done. All right, we're back. See that steaming up pasta is all done. 10 minutes later, it looks amazing. Now for the secret hidden gem. Bet y'all didn't know nothing about this. Bet y'all didn't know nothing about what's coming up next. Oh yeah, one more step. Heavy cream. Oh yeah. I'm gonna throw some butter in that heavy cream. We're gonna cook this on about medium temperature. Butter in that heavy cream. Let that get all hot and bothered. Oh yeah, there it is. Mix it up, gold spoon. Mix it up, gold spoon. Now, Italian cheese. Italian cheese, where you at? Italian cheese, where you at? Golden spoon just want too much camera time. There we go, Italian cheese. Oh yeah, I said it. This is the way I like it. You don't gotta do this part, but this is the way I do my pasta Napolitana. Yes, Italian cheese, and then I'm just gonna add a little more. And maybe just more. I ended up using about half a cup. Threw some more Parmesan in there, the dry Parmesan. Yep, there we go. Just a tad bit. I'm gonna go ahead and mix that up, you know. The heavy cream's just hot enough to melt that cheese just the way I like it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I bet you wasn't ready for this. Oh, no, you were. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he did not just do that. White sauce in my spaghetti. No, this ain't no ordinary white sauce. This is that cream-based butter white sauce. It's not gonna have too much flavor. I did not season it like that. Put no seasoning on there, but it's just a little added cheesy little goodness to your pasta. Give it a little extra flavor. Give it a little extra personality. You know? Food got feelings too. Food need love too. There we go. We're going to twist that. Same step. Back onto the plate for our presentation. Keep it twist as best as you can. You might make it look better than I did, but it's going to twist. It'll look basically like a volcano because we're going to have our liquid lava coming out the top of it. The liquid lava, you feel me? Coming out the top. Here we go. There it is. Oh my goodness. No, he didn't. Liquid lava coming out the ice glacier volcano. Oh yeah. All right, so now we're gonna pick up that bacon, add that bacon as a garnish. What did I tell you? Look at that bacon on that. Go ahead and add another meat layer, why don't you? Remember them extra pepperonis I told you to save a little earlier? This is why. Now we're gonna put that as a garnish. Look at it. Oh my gosh. That looks amazing. And parsley. Now, look at our ice glacier lava mountain. Don't it look so good? Look what we did together as a family. Thank you all for tuning into my channel. Feed your husband, kids, dates, yourself this amazing meat lovers ultimate pasta Napolitana. Like, comment, subscribe. Everything you need, all ingredients I will be willing to give you. Just let me know. Thank you. Come again for the next show. And I am out of here. Roll the pasta party.